radio show where I pull cards and play all the bangers on Station Head in the description. Hey babes, and welcome back to Jazz's Angel Number Tarot. It is a different vibe over here because today we're tapping into the sign of Gemini for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. Wherever you have the Gemini placement in your chart, you can apply this to. Before you get started, check me out on Etsy in the description below for your protection. That's the only place you can get a private reading through. Be aware of fake Instagram accounts. My ONLY Insta is directly below. I'll never DM you first or anything like that asking if you need a read. Like this video, please. Subscribe to my channel and check me out as well on Patreon. I post my personal spells, collective spreads, all sorts of stuff on there. So yeah, beyond that, we're just gonna get into your tea, Gemini. Oh, we have tell the truth, Gemini. The truth will set you free, Gemini. You are healing. Wow. So I'm getting a message of also, this is, I know these are not what these cards are going to say, but I'm getting an energy of telling the truth of your story. You're healing and you're healed. You no longer have to live your life from a same, like from an old narrative. That's not the truth anymore. That's not who you are. You've grown, you've evolved, and it's time to live in that truth. We got forgiveness heals, let go of, you know, the past, moving on, allowing yourself to be free. And confidence. Okay, let's get into these. You are healing. Let's start there. This one says, healing happens in seasons. It can't be rushed or forced to fit into a schedule. So often we curse the seeds that haven't taken root, failing to realize that it's not their time. They need more water, sunlight, and care. Bullying ourselves blocks regeneration. Also, sometimes the healing we're focused on isn't the healing that's taking place. There's a much deeper healing going on. Be patient, dear one. You are healing. Don't rush your healing process. You're not a bad person. You're not your mistakes. You're not what you've done. You're allowed to be happy. You're allowed to be free. You're allowed to move on from that space that you were in, that, yeah, you did maybe some questionable stuff. Maybe you did do something bad, but you are not that one act. You're not that one thing. You're healing, you're growing, you're learning. You've got all these different, you know, tools now, all these different ways that you could handle the situation if you were to end up here again. So you're not a reflection of that, and you don't deserve to live there anymore. You're allowed to be happy and grow and heal and move on. We have the Tell the Truth card as well. Communicate with integrity. You may need to level with someone. This person could even be you. Are you saying you're fine when you don't mean it? Are you swallowing your needs because you don't want to rock the boat? When we hide the truth, it will eventually come out in destructive ways. Act with integrity and say what's on your mind. While honesty may lead to short-term discomfort, your long-term I can't talk. Your long-term happiness is well worth it. So the cross-eyed, the cross-watching girls are, you know, cackling right now like, yes, tell the truth, open up. I know you want to, but if this is just a message for you, like if you're actually a Gemini, not someone cross-watching, tapping into this energy, make sure you're being authentic and truthful to people, telling the truth of what you want, telling the truth of what you need, from every situation. We have forgiveness heals. Forgive yourself and others. Let go of the old story. Release any guilt or blame. Everyone is doing the best that they can. This includes you. Kickstart the healing process by surrendering all judgment and hurt. Your health and happiness will thank you. Yeah, cast all of your burdens, all of your worry, all of your, what's the word I'm really looking for? Like all of your guilt, cast that onto the universe within. Cast that onto the universe to take it. You don't have to carry that anymore. You're not that same person. No, you're not. You're a different person. You've grown, you've evolved, and like I said, you've learned through it. And yeah, maybe you did make some mistakes and you really showed your behind, and maybe you hurt someone's feelings and you did something completely, utterly, totally wrong. But you have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive that person so you can move forward. And then we have confidence. So I get this as an energy of rebuilding. It takes courage to put your butt on the line and go for it. And the best way to strengthen your confidence is to put yourself out there. Who cares what other people think? Everybody starts somewhere, and don't worry about making mistakes. You can always course correct, but you'll never know or grow unless you try. And the more you do, the more confident and successful you'll become. When you shine, we are all inspired to do the same. So tapping into this energy, people will follow suit by you living in your truth, tapping into your confidence, moving forward, putting yourself on the line, expressing how you really feel. Like, don't end up in the situation where it's like you're so mad at yourself for not saying everything that you wanted to say. I remember one time, man, it's a long story, but I worked with someone and we were friends in this workplace, and they got promoted to my manager. So we were friends in the workplace, and then they were my manager. And I had a conversation with them, and I was like, listen, this and this and this is what you're not doing as a manager. This and this and this is what we need. And I basically told them very respectfully, you're sucking right now. You're not giving us what we need to succeed. Why? Because I didn't want to be in a situation where I was fired and then wishing that I would have said something but I didn't, because they were my friend, you know? Don't end up in that situation where it's like, you wish you would have said all of these things, but didn't. Yeah, we have the Two of Coins, and then the Ace of Coins came out right after that. So Two of Coins, you're juggling, you're stuck between two things, Gemini. On one hand, you want to be one way. On one hand, you want to be another. The universe is telling you to commit to your truth. You have to marry your truth as well. You have to commit to it and promise that you'll never leave its side no matter what. Even when your truth seems like the minority in the situation, when it seems like, okay, you should feel another way. When everyone around you is telling you, you shouldn't feel that way, hang on even tighter to how you feel. Be authentically you. Tap into your true emotions and trust that you're an evolved being to the point where you know if you're being ridiculous or not, like if you're actually being ridiculous. But you guys, for some of you, you're hanging on to an older version of yourself, you know, kind of kicking yourself for making certain decisions, and you have to move on. The truth of the matter is you had to learn that lesson that you learned, and now you're healing, and now you're different. But it's not about, you know, being mean to yourself. It's not about convincing, like just saying, oh, I'm a bad person, and just, you know, going with that. That's not what it's about. Let's see. Page of Wands in reverse and the Magician in reverse. This is kind of like a lack of direction, and I feel like it's because you guys haven't chosen a direction. You haven't chosen where you want to go, and it's kind of leaving you frozen in time, stuck between two different energies. Like, I feel like some of you guys, how can I explain this energy? Like, some of you guys want to forgive yourself or forgive someone else and move on. And some of you guys just are still hanging on to that old truth. With the Magician in reverse, it's not about fixing anything. It's about taking these things as a lesson and moving forward. It's not about people getting karma. It's about allowing yourself to level up, and that's karma in itself. Not, you know, waiting to make sure everybody gets their just reward, but just allowing yourself to move on, allowing yourself the luxury to be happy again, to move forward. We have the Tower card here and the Hangman. The universe is asking you to surrender to this, which is going to be like the hardest thing. You know, like it's hard for you to release this. I feel like you guys feel like if you release something, you're going to feel like you lost or that you wasted your time. You don't want to feel like you lost. You don't want to feel like things are out of your control, like, but you hanging on to this is just hurting you at this point. So there's going to need to be a true surrender here for you guys to be able to move forward. You guys are building, growing, and evolving, collaborating, or at least that's what's in your future with the Seven of Coins, but you haven't committed and married that timeline. Two of Wands in reverse, you haven't decided which direction you're going to go. You know, and it's like, it's crazy because the past is an option. Living in the past is an option. And that's a little like disturbing because we have the Ten of Swords here. So it's like the universe isn't saying that you can't end up, like I feel like there's room for you guys to be left here for whatever reason, like, and the universe will never truly leave you. You'll never be left in the dust, you know, without any help or anything. But I'm just getting this weird energy that you could end up frozen in time, or have to, that's what it is. You'll have to learn this cycle already all the way over again. You're going to end up on the same path all the way over again when you have the Ten of Cups. Are you joking? As an option, you can move forward in wholeness with this lesson in love. You can, you know, say, okay, I'm going to allow this to cycle out. I'm going to release what has happened. Or you can continue to kind of live in misery. But I feel like the universe is honestly going to put you through this again. It's like, all right, well, let me make it worse then. Oh, that's what it is. It's surrender or tower moment. Surrender or tower moment. It's Seven of Coins or Ten of Swords. And it's your choice with that Two of Coins. But the Two of Wands in reverse, like ignoring this isn't, you know, resolving it. We have the Chariot in reverse and the Ten of Cups. So you guys feel like you're abandoning a project. You feel like you're losing or something in some way, Gemini. And that's what has you kind of, you know, frozen here, stuck in time. Let's pull from the romance deck and see what go on. Yeah, your ego is really acting up right now. We have the Get Off Your High Horse card. The universe is telling you to let go of that ego now. Your ego will tell you that you need to suffer more, even. Tell you that you need to suffer more, or that someone else does. Holding that low vibration of being upset, not forgiving someone for what they've done, and your heart is only affecting you, because guess what? They're just going to be able to move on. They're going to be able to move on, live life, which is why narcissistic people have so much success, because they don't care. They'll get theirs eventually, but it's not up to you to orchestrate that. But you having that low vibration in your heart is keeping you energetically blocked from abundance, from new love, from, you know, a financial level up, from everything that you want, from a soulmate, love of a lifetime. You're so worried about what someone else has going on, Gemini, or what other people think, or, you know, even allowing your shadow side or your ego to convince you that your opinion is that you should hang on to anger, and that's never the answer. With this lip service card, lip service is like gossip. You know, worried about appearances instead of just living in your truth and saying, okay, I went through that. I have to forgive myself for it, or I have to forgive this other person for it. We have Crazy for Love and Stuck to You Like Glue. So that's an energy of meeting someone that loves you exactly the way you are. Don't doubt someone's ability to love you for you, Gemini, because there's someone else out there that has the ability to love like you do. And if you're a loving being, then that's proof that, you know, love is real. You're living proof of love. Be that. Don't be living proof of bitterness in the past and history and BS. The universe is saying you can meet the person out there that is stuck to you like glue, crazy for love, but you do have to transcend above the drama and what the naysayers and what other people have going on. Maybe you need to purge your friend group and just separate from them. If they're not uplifting you, they're getting in your way, period. Move. You can move. You can really move up out of my life. If they're not filling your cup, they're emptying it. Slow drain. You don't even notice, but it's happening. Get them out. We have Clean It Up and To Be Fair. So Clean It Up is all about, yeah, cutting those, you know, cords, cutting anything that's a distraction or keeping you away from divine love, cutting it out of the way. To be fair, coming into a place of balance, being fair to yourself, leveling out the playing field, giving yourself a fair shot. I'm getting blank canvas with this. Like, you have the opportunity to grow and glow and just move on up. You just have to build your confidence again. You're very much so lovable. The situation didn't break you. You're not broken. You're healing. You know, you're healing. You are. We have No Place Like Home, Into the Sea. I just get this energy of come home, come back. Like, maybe, you know, you've isolated yourself from like your guides, God, spirit, the divine, whatever you believe in. You've isolated yourself even from your higher self, from the higher power that will tell you and be that voice of reason. And I'm getting, come back, Gemini. You've strayed too far along. The world has changed you. I feel like you've gotten a little bitter or just different than the light that you originally were. Like you were different before this, whatever this was. I feel like you were different. And you're being called back to return back home, to return back to your original state of purity, and to stop telling yourself that false story that you're broken and that someone needs to save you or that someone could never love you. We got a lot of spirit animal cards that came out, but I'm going to take all of them. We have the scarab beetle spirit and the wasp spirit. The bottom of the wasp spirit, it says sometimes life stings. At the bottom of the scarab beetle, it says magic works through you. So you have the ability to heal others and yourself. And you're doing a great job. You're already healing. And wasp spirit, that's an acknowledgement of what you've been through. The universe is saying, I know it's hard. You signed up before you incarnated here. You signed up for some BS. You signed up for a hard karmic cycle. The universe is acknowledging that. But it's time to, you know, it's kind of like that saying when people say, God doesn't give me anything I can't handle. That's why I feel like I had a son, not a daughter. Because, child, I cannot take a me. No, ma'am. Anyways, we have the owl spirit, the crow spirit, and the ant spirit. Time to collaborate, co-create with spirit, is what it says at the bottom of the crow, which is the same energy of the ant spirit. Owl spirit, you see clearly now. You know who you are. You're a good person, Gemini. I just feel the need to tell you that. Because I feel like maybe someone else or the world has convinced you that you aren't, that you're too extra, you're too tapped into your emotions, you're a flip-flop, you're not a real friend. And it's like, I am a real friend, but you're not going to try me and run me over. Like, I just get all these messages for you guys where people have really distorted your view of yourself, and it's time to return back to confidence, because you're not a reflection of, that's just projecting. You know, other people want to project onto you. Don't allow them to do that. They don't know you. You decide who you are, and you can change at the drop of a dime. If you decide to change today, you can do that. So people don't know who you are. Electric eel spirit, bring your ideas to life. Yeah, you want to create, you have all these ideas. You have this idea of yourself even. The universe is saying, bring that to life. Allow that person to shine. Chameleon spirit, act as if, even if it's hard now, act as if you're already that person, and it'll start to, you know, have a domino effect. It'll start to click, and one day you'll wake up and you'll really feel changed, healed, like a different person. Lizard spirit, dream the world into being. You may want to do some visualization. Create a new vision board. After everything that has happened, you've changed. So your priorities have likely changed. Do whatever you can to return back to self. And that's what I got for you, Gemini. Check me out on Etsy in the description below. That's the only place you can get a private reading through for your protection. Be aware of fake Instagram accounts. My Only Insta is directly below. I don't do readings through Instagram DMs, so be aware of fake accounts. Like this video, please. Subscribe to my channel and check me out on Patreon as well. In the description, I post my personal spells, collective spreads, all sorts of stuff on there. And that was your reading. I love you, Gemini. Be careful what you wish for, and I will see you in the next one. Tune into my radio show where I pull cards and play all the bangers on Station Head in the description.